Welcome back to another video today. This is another Hear Me Out post or another Hear Me Out part of the series. Hear Me Out One Piece sequel. Now, as far as I know, Oda has no plans to make another One Piece sequel. This One Piece story is a masterpiece, right? Nothing should mess with this. But as shown to the audience, that Luffy and Roger are supposed to parallel each other. Roger started the Great Pirate Age, and Luffy at the end of the show should kick off a different age for the pirates, if there is another age of the pirates after Luffy, as we see how the story is going in the manga spoilers, of course, before I say anything. Flooding the world, revealing all the secrets about the Void Century, all of that is existing in the current storyline. So what I'm about to say is pure speculum, speculation towards the story and how I would do a sequel, because I think One Piece deserves a sequel, but this story is a masterpiece. I just don't think Oda has it in him to write another 20-30 year story to expand on the One Piece lore. He's already doing that with Luffy. So that's just how I would do it, or how it should be planned out. Because anyway, let's say this. As we know, Luffy is a parallel to Roger. He's going through the same thing. He's going through the same journey. Luffy is having a little bit more help and a little bit more plot armor than Roger. Of course, Roger is still stronger than Luffy in all regards, but Luffy is obviously climbing the ranks in the strength. He's getting as strong as Shanks, getting as strong as everyone in the world. His bounty is rising, and with the story eventually evolving into many islands and many deaths being plunged underwater, or them being saved by the Roger Pirates as they knew the warning signs of the world being eventually underwater. You know, the story could end as dark as possible, but we know One Piece is very lighthearted at heart. Even when they try to give us dark themes of the show, dark themes in the arcs, it's very a lighthearted show in the middle. So we know that it's going to be a lighthearted end. And with Luffy being basically the bridge of Roger, or the same as Roger, he's going to kick off a different pirate age. As Roger kicked off the Great Pirate Age, I think Luffy will eventually kick off I'm not going to say the next pirate age, but the Iron Pirate Age, as pirates during the Great Pirate Age are seen as villains. They're seen as bad, of course, because of the world government, how they controlled media, how they're controlling how everything's being broadcast to the world. And of course, pirates are bad people in general, with the main media in general. As Luffy does do kind-hearted things, other pirates do bad things and should go to impel down, like Dofi, like Kid, especially Dofi, but especially all the other pirates that just want to be, Blackbeard should go to impel down, or he should be under impel down. He'll eventually be under everything, but those are the pirates that are meant to be bad. Most pirates do have good intentions. Whitebeard, Roger, Luffy, they have good intentions. They just want to be free and not be under the world government's rules or regulations, right? So with Luffy introducing this new pirate age, eventually being spearheaded by his own son, or being spearheaded by his son and the other members of the Straw Hats kids, we'll see how they will not change the view, but how they can spread that the pirates are now good, or that they saved the world in their twisted mindset. As their villains would still be the world government, but now the world government is looked at as the villains, the oppressors. Everyone hates them, as they should. No one likes the world government. And now with the pirates being called as to the government, being in control of many people, the territories still being untreated, territories that still got to be reached out that are under the evil pirates. That is how Luffy and the Straw Hats children go out. They free their territories in a smart manner, hopefully in a diplomatic manner, but of course we'll see fights. They'll kill, they'll destroy, but they'll love. And they'll continue to hunt down the remnants of the original world government that try to rebuild their power after the One Piece story ends. So they'll deal with the rebellion of the world government members that are left. They'll deal with the rebellion of the evil pirates that are left that do not like the current stage of the world as they are in. They will go after the small fry, of course, and the big fry. As I can see this show with this being a sequel to One Piece, I think this show is more going to be taken as a bounty hunter approach rather than a pirate approach, rather than traveling all around, seeing the new islands, the world building of it. I don't think Oda has any of more of that in him, especially not for another 20, 30 years. I would hope not, as that's going to take a toll on his health. But now they're hounding bounties, and of course that could be brought into how you met the other Straw Hat Kids, I think, because they will eventually disband. Straw Hat Kids, the training arcs, that'll always be fun. You get to see cameos of all the people that'll eventually be joined into this bounty hunter crew. And then they're just going out for the money. They're going for the remnants of the world government, the remnants of the evil pirates, while also they can now introduce Enel that has been building his army. Even make a mention of, Enel's been up there for a long time. Mention Enel building his army in this post Luffy world, while Luffy and his crew may say, hey, should we help them? But then they could say, nah, fighting's a youth game. So they would just let their kids handle it, as their kids are extremely more powerful, but now they know that they're always here. I think Luffy will eventually die at the end of the story, but not before he has his kid. Or at least there's a time skip where he has his kid and he dies with the kid in his arms. It'll be very cute. But yeah, so Enel would be the main villain after they do the bounty hunting. They would have an L at the end, or an L being like a legend, because Enel would eventually be dead. And his armies from the moon or his armies from space would come back to One Piece, come back to the world to see how the world is, and they would try to make it rule under him. And then the bounty hunter crew, Luffy kids and the Straw Hat Kids, would eventually go fight them off and basically end the story like that. Now how they would do it, how they would execute it, in Oda we trust. Oda would make this far better than what I said, but this is just hear me out on how I would do it and how I would make it, of course with more planning, better writing, and best foreshadowing as Oda can do. So like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.